I'm going to be sharing with you 3 things that were most impacted by my borderline personality disorder throughout my life. That's losing my best friends, abuse and drug abuse, and traumatizing our baby son. All right, so let's get into it. My first best friend relationship was affected when I was 10 years old, and the last best friend that I had was also affected when I was 25. I had my first split in a relationship when I was just 10 years old, which I didn't even know was a split at the time. And it was with my best friend. I felt abandoned and rejected by her, and this triggered anger, which came out as cruelty. And I still feel gross and shameful to say it. Not that I haven't understood and accepted it, but it's still very sad to think about. So this is what happened. We were best friends since 6 years old. We played nearly every day. We often played at her house because it felt very safe and reassuring. I never had people over at my house. I didn't want to have people at my house because it just didn't have that safe vibe to play in. When we were 10 years old, a new girl moved to town and we all became friends together. But when they would play together without me, I would feel quite jealous. They started hanging out more and more and became what would seem to be like best friends. And this triggered my rejection sensitivity like crazy. I stopped being friends with the girls, and I even told the new girl that her father killed himself because of her. How cruel is that? I felt so abandoned, desperate, and angry that the hurt came out in the meanest way possible. And this was another one of my coping mechanisms, to go all the way to the other side of things and pretend that I wasn't affected by it, even to the point of being mean. It doesn't even feel real to think about now, and that's how I know it was a split. Like, how did I even know how to be so cruel and say such things? It's wild. I had no idea how bad it really was because I was still just a small child trying to act cool and mask my pain. To have me understand the severity of the situation and what I did, the school sent cops to my home to have a talk with me. And once again, I was trying to act cool and like it didn't affect me. So I kind of sat there and half listened while they reprimanded my cruel behavior, and I just watched the hockey game. And I think this just goes to show how young we can start experiencing borderline personality disorder symptoms without really knowing what's actually going on. When I was 25, I was going through a life change and I split on my last best friend as well. I was best friends with her since teen years, and she was always so loving and supportive. I went through a divorce at this time when I was 25, and she was neutral about it. So this triggered my abandonment issues as well. Mainly because my ex-husband said that she thought I was crazy, and instead of communicating and clarifying with her, I took his words as true because I was hurt by it, and I ghosted her. The intense wounds and abandonment issues from having borderline personality disorder allowed me to cut off this friendship without even looking back. Borderline personality disorder makes you believe that people want to abandon you and that you have to cut them off first so that they can't do that. And I hate BPD for that. I felt so angry that people were judging me that I was able to dissociate from it and cut people out. We did end up reconnecting in recent years, which was a really nice part of the healing journey.